Now, when the governor looks directly into the camera and tells the president of the United States, "Come and get me," that's not politics. That's a declaration. Illinois just turned into a showdown state. Try to watch this.
You just heard Vice President Vance. He didn't directly answer whether he agreed with President Trump that you've committed a crime, but what he did say was it seems pretty criminal to him, your behavior. What's your response?
Well, you just heard a tidal wave of lies from the Vice President of the United States. It's a bit shocking, and you heard over and over again him just making things up on national television with you. You know, there's a reason why the judge here in federal court said that the administration lacks credibility, and why even the Nobel Prize Committee chair said that the administration lacks integrity. This administration, led by a 34-time convicted felon, is threatening to jail people that are their political opponents. They're making things up to go after people. We're seeing it day in and day out. And the fact that he's made a threat against me, I'm not afraid. I'm going to stand up for the people of my state. And we've got to all stand together, because there is truly unconstitutional actions that are coming out of this administration, coming at the states and the people of the United States. And all of us, Democrats and Republicans, need to speak out about it. One thing I'd point out, you mentioned Governor Stitt, who said specifically, like, we shouldn't be federalizing troops in one state and sending them into another, that he would be offended if I had troops going into his state. I am offended that Greg Abbott has troops coming into my state. And even Governor Scott in Vermont has called this unconstitutional. So good news, Republicans are now calling out the Trump administration. More should do so.
As you know, President Trump called for the prosecution of James Comey. It happened. He called for the prosecution of Letitia James, and it happened. He said you committed a crime. Are you worried the Justice Department is going to come after you?
It's true that the president says things, and sometimes he follows through on those threats, and he certainly has the power of the presidency. He does not have the power to overcome the Constitution. And so am I afraid? I am not afraid. Do I think that he could do it? He might. But as I've said before, come and get me. I mean, you're dead wrong, Mr. President and Mr. Vice President.
Come and get me.
And I will stand up for the law and the Constitution. That's what we do in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, I heard that. That's not courage right there. That's theater. Pritzker's making on Trump's threats to boost his image back home. But he's forgetting this isn't 2020 anymore. The federal government, they aren't bluffing. This is a completely different administration, and the guard is already deployed. 1 second. I am recording a video, children of mine. I need y'all to be quiet. No, you can't ask me a question right now, princess. I'm literally recording right now. But hold that thought, because right after this, you'll see what happens when words actually meet the street.
Open the car.
No.
Huh?
I have my rights.
That's what we're doing. You're under arrest for impeding. You just blocked our vehicle. Hey!
And that's exactly what I mean. Defiance turns real fast when blue lights hit the window. Everyone online wants to resist until the cuffs click. Clickety clack. This isn't a movie. It's, 18 USC 111? Something like that. The numbers that Tom Homey be throwing out. Obstructing a federal officer. And it doesn't stop there, because Chicago's protests went from slogans to full-blown riots. Now, this is really just another angle I'm noticing from the video that we already seen. But, hey, y'all know, I'm going to keep it honest. We're just going to run it anyway.
Sir, what's your name? What's your name?
Debbie Brockman, I work for WGN. Let them know.
I got you. Yep. Debbie Browning?
Brockman.
Brockman, WGN.
They did not have to have her crack out like that, though. But because we see this video, I think we already know the point of it all. So I'll just go ahead and say, you see that? That's not some random protester. That's a news producer from YGN TV. You think that the press would cover federal enforcement and not attack it? When a storyteller start starring in the chaos, you know credibility is collapsing. Now I want you to watch what Illinois. I want to say Illinois so bad. Police had to do once the crowd turned militant. Yes. Hey. Better move. ICE is on the move. I was just about to get in my groove. Y'all see that? But finally, pushback. Illinois. Law enforcement realized they were on the Molotov. They were, maybe one Molotov away from Portland 2.0. And the same governor who shouted, "Come and get me," suddenly let troopers do their job. But look at what they did next, because this city literally started building walls. Yeah, Pritzker pretended to be a tough guy, but Illinois state troopers have been arresting leftists all week, according to the caption. And it also adds, "They're caving. Do it in Portland." Yeah, do y'all think Portland should go ahead and adopt this strategy? I certainly do, but let me know in the comment section. Do you think it would help at all? I mean, they're mutated over there. I'm serious. They dressed in Halloween costumes, or what they identify as, rather. Yeah, but I ain't finna sit here and let y'all just listen to air going, right? We see what's happening. Concrete barriers, fencing, full lockdown. The so-called sanctuary city, or the so-called sanctuary city, looks like a war zone. For years, they tore down walls at the border. Now they're putting them up around themselves. And just when you think it couldn't escalate any further, Fox News goes live.
I saw a guy in a Smoky Bear back there. I believe that is state police.
Obviously, and again, you have these situations where law enforcement is going to hold their ground, as Joy was mentioning, and when they cross the line, this is the response.
What they do there is when they've identified someone who's gone across the line, the proverbial line of doing something harmful, and they need to arrest them, they bring the line in front of them, they surround them, they actually protect that person too. That's why they're doing that. They're making sure that person doesn't get trampled. They've got to get them on the ground to subdue them for their own safety, and in doing so, they push the line forward. So that's how it becomes this trickle effect. One person does that, they push the line forward, several other people do, and next thing you know, you've lost control.
Yeah, and look, they're now going onto people's lawns, private property across from this ICE facility. But this is an incredibly dangerous situation for these state troopers, I believe they are, on the ground there, who are trying to help subdue this crowd, again, especially as the sun goes down, as you were mentioning earlier, Joey. These people didn't go through security to get onto the street. They have no idea what they may have. And as we've seen with previous riots, when the sun goes down, other people show up, and they show up with bricks and shields and masks and their own style of weapons that these police and federal officials have to go after. So they're clearly trying to push these people across away.
It doesn't get much better than this. Somebody added in the comment section. This is what ICE-free zone policies look like when reality hits. Governor Pritzker's administration had to call in the very force they claim was oppressive. It's poetic. And it's proof that politics fold when law and order walks in. But even in the middle of chaos, you gotta I can't even talk right now. You got people who still think they are the heroes.
What's the whistle for? I blow the whistle when I see ICE. And so that car that just pulled in there, that Dodge Charger, that's an ICE vehicle. This one right here, the Chevy, you can see those hats that they have on the dashboard. That's not a local police vehicle. That's not a state police vehicle. That's an ICE vehicle. So when I see ICE, I blow the whistle. I'm trying to let these people know as well so that they can call them out when the vehicles are pulling into the facility, a lot of the times with people that have just been kidnapped.
You call it kidnapping?
I do, yeah.
Why?
So these people are being arrested without a warrant. They're being detained without a warrant. They're being tracked based on the color of their skin. The Supreme Court has recently ruled that racial profiling is legal in the country. Legal does not mean moral. Legal does not mean it's upholding civil rights. These are laws that should be struck down, that eventually will be struck down. Much like the Nuremberg trials, the truth will out and justice will eventually prevail.
This man literally
What's the whistle for?
admits to alerting illegal immigrants of ICE patrols and does it proudly on camera. That's aid and obstruction live on air. Don Lemon didn't challenge him not once. Not once. Because this isn't journalism anymore. It's activism with a mic. Now I want you to watch who ends this whole segment. The man Chicago calls the 51st alderman.
Here in the city of Chicago is a one-party city. The black ones are no good. The no good white ones are no good. Democrats, the Hispanics are no good. The Asians are no good. This is a true swamp here.
Last time I saw you, Joe Biden was in office and you were getting flooded with illegals. Now we've got President Trump in office.
Yes.
We've got JB Pritzker and Mayor Johnson saying there's no problems here.
Oh, there's plenty of problems.
What's your message to them and to America?
Well, my message to the United States of American citizens that Chicago is a Democratic shithole, and we need Trump to bring in the National Guard to work and to clean up this shithole. And I say this over and over again. The black ones, and the sad thing about it is, Mr. Ben, is when they have that next election, all these damn Democrats gonna get right back in. Right back in! That's the sad thing about it. When you tell Trump to come here and clean up this swamp, but it's so historically ingrained in them when it get time for election. They're all gonna be re-elected. Now, what can we do? I'm telling you something that you might don't want to hear. This is how ingrained this shithole is. When they get ready for this next election, all these same son of a bitches gonna get right back in. The black ones, the Hispanic ones, the Asian ones, and the white ones. All of them. All of them, Mr. Ben. Trump got a big task if he thinks he can come in and flip this one overnight. It'll take years.
Should Pritzker and Johnson, these guys, be arrested? What's the solution?
The solution is probably that some of them should be indicted for misappropriation of funds, giving all that money to the illegals. When they got people, homeless whites, homeless black, Hispanic, right here, born here in America, to be proud to be an American, and they other people get in front of them. Yes, maybe several of them should be arrested. I thought they were going to arrest Johnson when he went up to Washington. Y'all playing around with these people. You can't do that. You got to set examples. And when they send money into this city, if it's federal dollars, they're not supposed to get these money to the illegals. That money is for the citizens here. We got black faces in high places selling black people out. Selling black people out. And the sad thing about it, Mr. B, and I'm saying that over and over, when they have this election, all these same old house niggas, black ones and white ones and Hispanic, they're gonna be right back in. We got to flip this red. We got to flip this red. If it takes arresting several of them and indicting them, good. You know that Chicago is known for the most corrupt city in the United States. And why would you say that, Mr. Blakemore? The dead still vote. The dead still vote here. You understand what? It's that corrupt.
That's George Blakemore, 81 years old, Chicago activist legend, according to this post. And he said what millions are finally realizing. The people screaming about justice forget about their own people. And that's why this moment matters. It's not just political, it's cultural. We're watching the walls of old narratives crumble in real time. From come get me to barricaded buildings, it's a full circle moment. Chicago built the wall not to keep people out, but to keep their own mess in. If that changed how you see it, then your team think now. If you made it to the end, let me see what I wanna say. Let's just put flip red. Chicago flips red. Yeah, let's do that. Y'all be safe. Go check on a friend today. You could be saving their life. Peace.